I'm Miss Gretta, and I'm back in the lab with another experiment today. I hope you're doing well. I know I am. Now, this month we are learning about gratitude, which is letting others know you see how they've helped you, which is so important, right? Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever allowed a bad attitude to ruin a really good day? Well, now we can't always help what happens to us, right? For example, let's say it rains on the day of your championship game, or maybe during your fun time at the beach. You can't control that, but sometimes, you can still have a good attitude. Now, other times, you can help what happens to you by what you do. Let's say, for example, your teacher tells you she has a great treat for you, and you get so excited because you love treats. Who doesn't, right? Now, you're thinking it's your favorite candy chocolate, and you just know that she's going to give you that. But when she hands it to you, it's lifesavers. Now, you immediately start thinking, I don't want that. I really wanted the chocolate. Now, you can choose to have a bad attitude about that, or you can choose to have a good one. Now, I want you to know that when you do add sour attitude to your day, did you know that you end up stuck? We're going to see how this principle plays out with a little crazy science. Now let's get to that experiment. So today you can see I'm using baking soda, vinegar, fat-free milk, and I have all kinds of little tools here to help me with it. So let's do it. So now I'm going to start with half a cup of the milk. Now you're going to want to make sure you use the fat-free milk because you need to use the milk that doesn't have all the fat in it. So I'm going to get half a cup. And I'm going to pour it into my cup here. So I've got my half a cup, and there it goes in, just like that, okay? We'll set that aside. Now, next I'm going to add vinegar. Now, we all know vinegar doesn't smell very good, does it? I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of vinegar to my milk. So here goes 1. Ooh, sticky. I'm going to add the other one, 2. Let me close that one up because I didn't want to be smelling that the whole time. Now I'm going to take I'm just going to use my spoon here, and I'm going to stir up my milk and vinegar. Now remember, fat-free milk is pretty thin, right? So I just added the vinegar, so now, I think it's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to take my coffee filter, and I'm going to stick it in this other cup, like this, okay? And then I'm going to pour my solution into my coffee filter just like this. Oh, this is so exciting. So I've got all of that poured in there now, and I'm going to take it, and just like coffee, you run the coffee through the filter and it keeps all the grinds from getting into the coffee, but the liquid goes into the cup. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm making sure the liquid, you can see, it's coming out of the filter. That's kind of how it works with your coffee. So I'm going to take a second. I'm just going to keep twisting it to get more liquid out, because what we really want to get inside of our coffee filter is the goop, not the liquid. You're thinking, what in the world am I making? Did you remember just a second ago when I said, ooh, you'll get stuck? Have you figured it out, what I am making? All right, I'm going to speed it up a little bit now that I've got a good chunk of the water out. Not the water, but the liquid solution. I'm going to pour the rest of the liquid solution, and I'm being smart, and I'm doing this over a plate so that if I make a mess, well, it's going on the plate and not on my desk. So I'm squeezing out the water that's left. Ooh, it's coming out much faster now. You'll see how much faster the milk and vinegar solution. So now I'm going to take this plate with this and set it aside. I'm going to come back with my spoon, with my tablespoon, and I'm going to scoop out the goop. What is left inside my coffee filter? You see that goop? There it goes. Ooh, that still smells. I still smell the vinegar. I'm just going to take my filter, and I'm going to put it back in my cup over there. Now, I'm going to take a little bit, it's like a pea-sized amount of baking soda, and I'm going to add it to my solution that I made. And I'm stirring it up and stirring it up. And then I'm going to take 2 pieces of paper. And have you still figured out what I'm making? I'm going to rub it on there. You see how puffy it is? Oh, it's so cool because it's a chemical reaction that happened. I rub it on there. Okay, and then I'm going to stick it together. Oh, have you figured it out? I made some homemade glue. Oh, it's so fun. Now you're like, does that really work? Ha, I did this yesterday. I just want to show you that indeed it does work. It's so stuck, I can't pull it apart. The glue worked. Isn't that cool? I made my own glue. Now let's get to the science. How did that work? Well, it's a chemical reaction that occurred during this experiment. That means that the chemical changed. Oh, during the chemical reaction, the two or more substances combine to make a new substance. And did you know that you can make a chemical reaction faster or slower? Did you know one way you can do that is by physically manipulating it like I did with the spoon and stirring it? It made it go faster. Isn't science so much fun? So, how can our attitude make a chemical change in your day? Well, if we let things ruin our day and allow ourselves to have a bad attitude, then we certainly know it's going to ruin the perfectly good day that God gave us. How can we avoid that? Well, let me read a verse to you from Psalms 136:1. It says, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love continues forever." Now, this verse clearly tells us to be thankful for all that we have. So we should be thanking God every day. And you know when you do that, you're going to have a good, positive attitude because you're thanking God, because you know you wouldn't have it without him. So I want you to go out there and I want you to have a thankful heart. And I want you to thank God every day. And when your attitude is good all day, every day, you'll be honoring God by showing him your gratitude. All right, I'll see you next time.